Hey lovebirds, it's Hinz and welcome back to Adulting with Money, and I wanted to try to give some advice today about how to deal with this crisis, how to deal with this pandemic that we're going through, but also try to give you high-level advice that, this isn't going to be the last crisis you go through, so what can you do better to prepare next time? What can you do now to help get you through everything that's going on? And, about a year and a half ago, my wife and I, our area was hit by a hurricane. And so it's not fun to be, quarantined and have no place to go, but at least the internet is still working, the electricity is still on, we have drinkable water, we can take hot showers. Things could definitely be worse. But the same mindset that we had to get through all of that hurricane damage and get our house built is the same advice I want to give to you today, because when it comes to a crisis, I think of it in three phases. Is that number one is that, yes, you want to go into survival mode. You want to cut back your spending. You need to protect your income as best you can. And when you can go back to work, go back to work. If you need to file for unemployment insurance, file for unemployment insurance. And hopefully you have some emergency savings that you can eat off of little bits while this crisis is going on, because it's going to last at least through April from everything that I've seen. But, who knows how long this stuff is going to last. And so you want to hunker down, you want to bunker down and just make your money last as long as humanly possible, so that when things start to get better, then you're in a good position to raise up. And so that's where phase two comes in, is that yeah, it's kind of nice to have some extra time to catch up on some shows on Netflix or Disney Plus and have a Harry Potter movie marathon. But the thing is, if winter is now, that means spring is coming, and things are going to get better over time, and the sun is going to shine again, and things are going to grow again with the stock market and other companies. But those companies and those people that are going to come out of this ahead are those that are taking this time to learn new skills. They're looking to finally start that Etsy business that they've wanted to start. Maybe you want to get into real estate investing, or you've always been curious about how to invest in the stock market, or maybe you've just never taken the time to learn how to use a budgeting app, or how can you be better with money? Because hopefully you had some emergency savings sitting around for this crisis, but if you didn't, then now would be a good time to see, okay, how can we do better in the future? How can we, once we get out of this crisis, how can we pay off debt faster? How can we build up that emergency fund? How much should it be? Take this time to learn and to plant those seeds, because then phase three of getting out of a crisis is that things are going to start to grow. Things are going to be doing better. And one phrase that I love and one quote that I like comes from Matt Frazier, who's a big CrossFit, fittest man in the world, 3 years running now. And one thing he says is, if you are willing to do things that people won't, then eventually you'll be able to do things that people can't. And so when it comes to this crisis and what we're going through, yes, have some, take some time off, take some time to relax, but also take some time to learn something new and to start to plant those seeds and get knowledge and have that fertilizer ready to go, so that when the sun shines and it rains and spring comes, then you're ready to start running. And then you'll have a great summer and wonderful fall. And guess what? Winter is going to come again. Now, statistically, the stock market, the economy, we've had a recession about once a decade. And the last big thing that we had was 2008. And now that it's 2020, 12 years is a little long for what historically the world has seen, or at least the US has seen when it comes to recessions. So the point of me saying that is it's going to happen again, is that things are going to get bad again. You might lose your job again. The stock market is going to drop again. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so if you don't feel like you've been prepared for this crisis, how can you change? What can you do differently this next time around so that you're ready for the next crisis when it comes? So this is a lot of high-level advice, I know. So if you've had any questions during this video, or if you have questions now, be sure to put them in the comments, and I'll respond as fast as I can. But also, if there's a lot of people asking the same questions, that'll be my next video. That'll help me understand how I can help you best with you as a couple and as a family, and how to help you on your money journey to get through this crisis and this pandemic, but also how to thrive afterwards. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Take care.